In the state of Illinois, one woman is taking a stand against the Chicago machine.
When you see these two together, you see that there are conflicting laws in the Illinois election code, purposely so they can be manipulated like this. In Eggert, they ruled for ballot access for him. In my case, they ruled against me.
Cedric Crenshaw has been kicked off the ballot in the 43rd District Senate race. She was in court July 20th after the Will County Electoral Board removed her from the ballot, citing technical issues with her nomination petition.
There's nothing defective about my paperwork. There was never any allegation or let alone any evidence that I or any of my circulators circulated outside of the statutory time limit. This is all based on language in the circulator's affidavit that is actually lawful, according to the state of Illinois election code.
The argument is her paperwork should not have been marked 90 days because she didn't have 90 days to collect signatures. She gathered all her needed signatures in 20 days before the filing deadline. But she showed us this paperwork by a different candidate with no real signatures, just scribble. That was acceptable.
Unfortunately, you have to suspend common sense and reality to understand that it's much ado about absolutely nothing.
Crenshaw is a Tea Party candidate. She says the Tea Party movement is getting a lot of attention.
It's revolved around some very basic principles: limited government, fiscal responsibility, and anti-corruption.
She believes she can beat Democratic State Senator A.J. Wilhelmi in November, and she says that's why she's being targeted by the Democratic Party machine.
They're afraid because I'm a conservative, I'm a Republican, I'm black. I have a background in accounting. I'm a former auditor. I'm interested in opening up the books in Illinois and conducting an audit to find the waste and the corruption so that we can restore accountability to our state. I'm interested in enacting term limits to severely limit the influence of machine politicians.
Crenshaw started getting involved with her community in Bolingbrook, Illinois 10 years ago. Her children were young and she had some concerns about the public school system. She found out that her school district spent a majority of its budget on teachers' salaries and benefits.
And it's no secret that the teachers' unions negotiate on behalf of those salaries and benefits. And I found it to be quite disturbing that those dollars were really not based on economic reality as opposed to just an entitlement that some people, for some reason, are entitled to yearly increases, more and more benefits, regardless of economic conditions.
She attended school board meetings and stood up for children. She says things have to change.
I support competition in education, just like in business, just like in politics. I think that it would be the first step in bringing some parity between the power that unions have and the power that parents have.
As for her candidacy,
and this was an opportunity for me to actually do something about it instead of just complaining and hoping and praying that somebody else would do something. So I decided to be that somebody else.
The judge took about 24 hours to think it over and decided voters will have a chance to choose Crenshaw.
No matter what happens to me in November, even if I lose, the voters win because even my opponent will be held more accountable by the voters.
In Bolingbrook, Illinois, Teresa Rashid, EAG TV.